$1 million, but when you climax,
Oh, God.
Whoa.
I can't believe we're taking it to this level.
you barf in your mouth.
Yeah, I probably would.
I probably
All right,
would.
ladies, be warned. Brett may puke on you.
He's not getting this offer right now. This is a scenario.
No, this is based on things that will never happen, right?
All right,
Or-
let's
okay.
do it right now.
What?
Let's use this scenario.
Go ahead.
Let's do it right
I
now.
Die Hard started a
I
trend.
hate Speed 2.
Why?
That's pretty
It's
bad.
horrible.
It's kind of like, it's more of a watch it because it's laughably bad.
Yes.
There are a few parts that I thought Sandra Bullock was pretty funny.
I'm sorry, but
When she
she's
cuts-
a great actress, but she sucks in that
She
movie.
cuts open the door with the chainsaw and she's like revving it. Can you guys get out?
If you back up with the saw,
What? If you back up with the saw!
we'll give it a try.
It's so bad.
It is very bad writing. It is
Oh,
very bad.
Bad.
But I always thought of it as more of an action type than a funny movie, and it turns out this, like, as an adult watching it, it's a terrible
It's
film.
horrible.
That was a great
That's great.
quote of by
Yeah.
John.
I can quote Speed too.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Garfield and Friends from Fickle
Oh,
Fanboys.
Now, which one?
The second one, not the
Yes.
first one.
This one.
Times a hill.
Yeah, I hate that one.
It doesn't matter. That's
Well,
just an
yes,
image.
but there are two
There's
actual
two,
songs.
There's two of
Oh,
them.
The
well,
second
that's what they.
one-
That's he sent me a picture.
Ready?
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 Two.
Two.
Party!
We're ready
To party.
We're ready.
Dun, dun,
I hope you bring lots of spaghetti.
dun, dun.
Come on down to Garfield and Friends. Come on in. It's time to party with Garfield,
Garfield
and
and
Friends. And then I think there's another
I
verse.
love how we all know that one.
I think there's another verse.
There
in it.
is. There is. There's a little bit more to it.
Oh my god, I'm like tearing up
I
here.
just got a
Good one.
Charlie horse in my thigh.
Oh shoot!
I
You
thought that
okay?
You were gonna fart or
Do
something.
you need something?
Hey, where's your Charlie
Just give me
horse?
time. It's on the bottom of this thigh.
Hey, you can do this. Put your foot out. Put your
I
foot
can't
Do it.
move.
Punch it.
Oh shoot!
Ah! Put it out. Now flex your foot up, like your toes towards the ceiling. It looks like you're trying to take a shit.
What do you need to
Well, I
do?
don't want it to look like
What do you
that.
want to do?
I'm trying to put my foot over there.
Give me your
Help me. My back's to the camera.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're okay.
It's
You're okay.
ridiculous.
You're okay. You're
Let's do some
I'm doing some friggin' Christmas trivia. Welcome back to PTO Unlimited podcast. My name is Brett.
I'm Josh.
Alex.
This is episode 284, first show of 2022.
2020 also.
2020 also.
I reckon so.
Holy crap, dude. And on this day in 1976, Apple became an official company.
Really?
Isn't that crazy? Yeah.
Only that long ago?
Well, they started off in 75, but they didn't become an official company until 76. So
Yeah.
Started in a garage.
they sure did. What was your first Apple product experience?
Probably.
I'm pretty sure it was the iPhone 3G.
Oh, it's got to be
And-
before that.
It's got to be before that. It's got to be like
Well,
a computer.
Apple II?
No, I never had an Apple computer.
You didn't have one
Not
in,
even in
you didn't-
school?
In school?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Oh.
You probably
I think we
had
all had
Windows,
Windows,
at school. Yeah, that was Windows was
it's
pretty popular.
the first one I remember solely being an Apple product was an iPhone 3G in
Dude.
2009.
I will admit, Apple products have innovated ideas for things we never knew we needed.
Do we need them though?
But the Android phone wouldn't be the way it is if it wasn't for the iPhone.
Sure, I'll go along with you there.
So that's pretty intense to know that it's like the competition creates cash.
Are there even Android phones anymore?
Are you talking about Droid? The
Sure.
actual
Yes.
Droid?
Well, not the Samsung.
Motorola Droid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
They are
We
still
had
selling
one.
the Droid, actually.
They don't have
They're not
much
big.
of the market.
No.
No,
Android
but yeah,
is
they're
Google.
selling
I remember
the
when
Droid.
they came out and they made that song.
Droid.
Sound, yeah.
Yeah.
We had that.
We did.
The Droid Razor.
Hey, I loved it.
I did too. It was cheesy.
It was a really good phone, actually.
Yeah.
Had like the Kevlar back and everybody, and the Gorilla Glass. It was like the first like big.
Both of our screens didn't break.
Nope.
Nope.
It
They
said
chipped,
they
but they never broke.
on the sides, but they never broke.
Strongest screen of my life,
Yep.
dude.
I've of all my iPads and iPods and iPhones, I've only broken the screen on one, and
Wow.
I think I only have a screen protector on
I think
one.
Brett, you saw me break one.
Did you check it at the pool with the spider?
Yes.
That's right. What was that? That was your cell phone.
It was my cell phone.
Oh
yeah.
my god, I forgot
I don't
about
remember
that.
which one it was, but
Forgot about that moment.
I remember I had the spider on me and I threw my phone in.
Was the spider on the phone?
I don't
It was
really.
on you,
It
and you
was
just
on
flipped
me
out?
or
I don't know.
something. I don't remember. I just remember I looked down. I was sunbathing or something, and I chucked whatever was in my hand. It
my
was my phone, and I
God.
blasted my screen.
Speaking of big spider, I had to kill one on vacation. It was huge. I had to
Yeah.
actually like do a triple crunch on it. It was
Ew.
gross.
I try to relocate them if I can.
Me
I don't-
too,
I
but
don't
this
like to
thing
kill
was
'em.
unrelocatable. It was huge. It was a nose biter. Like
Ugh.
not a good one.
Not cool.
Yeah. But anyways, so how was your time, like your holiday, man? Like how
It was fine. I went to my parents' house on Christmas, and that is it. My bigger family thing was pushed to New Year's Eve because somebody had COVID, so
Oh man.
we postponed that. And
They okay?
but it
okay,
was fine.
that's good.
But yeah, it was pretty uneventful altogether.
Yeah. We our trip, I mean, I gotta hand it to Pixel. The best experience I've ever had with a dog.
I know.
Like holy cow. Probably
we
the
didn't really
best it
have
could
to
have been.
watch him. We could just give him to the kids to play
Yeah,
with because he
yeah.
was so
good.
good. There was no like.
Couple
I was just so
accidents, but
used
they
to
were
like
our
having
fault.
to.
Did he piss everywhere?
No pee.
No,
You went
no.
to your folks' house.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
Did
he
great.
we had a.
Well, we
got
were in a
to-
hotel first.
He got
for
to,
a
yeah, the
couple
first
nights.
2 nights he got to experience a 1-year-old, a 2-year-old, a 8-year-old, and a what's James? 5?
Yeah.
5 and a
Well,
16-year-old.
Yeah, all at once.
All at once in the same room, and
God,
he
I was nervous.
He was more I was nervous just because we were so used to having Layla, who's just like an old dog, and I'm just afraid someone's gonna like pick her up wrong or just do something, and she's gonna freak out and bite or something. And like she never bit anybody, but it was just kind of she was always kind of more timid.
Yeah.
And Pixel's I'm just still not used to having a social dog. Like Pixel's he wouldn't hurt anybody. It would just be like, he'd be confused about why somebody would hurt him.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So, we spent an additional like few days at Josh's parents' house, and two of our nieces and a couple of our nephews came along, and one of them being Callie, who's our 2-year-old niece. And
Scared of everything.
she is scared of everything and everyone. And within 5 minutes of being at the hotel and her older sister putting a hand out for Pixel to like lick, she was like, oh, okay, well, you let that happen. And then they just became best buds. And all we heard was,
yeah.
Pixel? 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 And we have videos of them like running around together, like everywhere that she went, he went, and vice versa. It was just so cute.
There's a photo I can show you.
She was like grabbing his head and kissing his head, and he'd give her kisses. It was just like, no,
Yeah.
she took very good care of him.
She loves him.
She loves him. Like, I think that's the happiest I've ever seen her.
Yes.
I felt so bad that the morning that we left, though, we left so early, and
She was sick.
She had a cold and
Gave it to us.
Yeah,
But we're
gave it to
we're
us.
fine
Yeah,
now.
We're way better.
We
now.
are fine now.
She
My
had
gosh.
a cold, and the night before we
Correctly
left,
for
she
night.
was just. She fell asleep halfway on the couch.
Yeah.
At like 7:30 because it was just kicking her butt.
He wore her out.
Yeah, and he wore out because they had just been playing, and the next morning, like, she was out, so we couldn't say goodbye. But
I just not to change the subject
You good.
drastically, but I just noticed you have a Halo Infinite poster there.
sure do.
Alex got it for Christmas.
Yeah, my brother got
Cool.
me that for Christmas.
You
It's
should
really
frame
nice.
it.
We were gonna.
I think we're
we're going to, but for now we're just hanging
we
it
just
up.
we're
I like the
we're
decoration.
flattening it out.
We don't have any like good gaming posters that are common, like recent. Like
Yeah.
I could probably get a GTA 5 poster put
and
on.
it's
Yeah,
really
that's-
good quality.
I have
too.
2 gaming posters, both of which are GTA 5 because they were
There's-
double-sided
right.
when they gave them out
Yeah.
at GameStop at
Yeah.
the midnight release.
That was great.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I just had them like, I might as well put these up,
They're
because
good.
there's nothing hanging on my wall.
Good artwork though.
So Yeah.
Really good. But yeah, we got to see family and enjoyed the time we spent with them. Got a
We
crack.
did get into a hot tub.
Yeah.
For the first time in a couple of years.
I did see that.
At the hotel.
So at the hotel. And the only reason I was fine with it is because when you went into the pool room, you could barely open your eyes because it was just like turned up to like 300% bleach or chlorine in the water. Like,
it was bad.
Just walking into that room, if COVID survives that room.
Well, wait a minute. Why were you at a hotel?
I don't know.
Like with the family, you went. The whole family was there.
The whole family was there.
We went to a city which is next to where my parents live. And we were just there for a couple nights because they promised the kids hotel.
A hotel with swimming, basically.
Okay.
So like, well, let's just do it for Christmas anyway. And
we
did.
we were gonna we were Josh's
an hour
parents,
away from their house.
Josh's parents on our way to South Dakota. Called at the
best time.
The best and worst time. Like, could not have been any much better of a time.
We were on a change for the interstate between
to go
going
either
north and
to
west.
you either want to go north to Minnesota or do you want to go west to Iowa? And Josh's parents called, and we were going to go north to Minnesota. Josh's parents called, and we were seriously like a couple turns until we got on the interstate. Mm-hmm. And they were like, oh, by the way, you should definitely not go to Minnesota. They're expecting like 8 inches of snow, winds, below freezing. 12. Yeah, they got 12 inches of snow. And it was like negative 15 degrees and like all this other stuff. Like, we're just not going to do our family reunion up there. Just come straight here. And we're like, oh, okay, well, thanks. And I looked at Josh. I'm like, what am I doing? Am I doing a left or a right? It was
I was
right when we were changing to go onto the interstate. I was like, I guess we're going to Iowa.
Yep.
Which ended up being so much better.
Busiest interstate, like for the time, I'm sure, because
everybody redirected down to Iowa. Just because Iowa, like I-80 and I-90, they run parallel to each other. Just one's north, one's south. So
it was good.
But yeah, so we made good timing. And
he traveled well.
He travels very well. I'm so happy that he travels well. Other than he takes his sweet ass time going to the bathroom.
We were at the world's largest truck stop, and it is cold. It is so cold. Let me see if I can get the photo up here. It
was so cold.
It was freezing, man.
We got out of the car. That was the second time I think we got out of the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we filled up Maryville. But yeah, we got out of the car to take a picture of Pixel at the world's largest truck stop, and Josh and I are bundled all the way up, and I'm trying to hold on to him for 2 seconds as the wind was right off of the highway or right off the interstate. So you just have so many semis passing by and making loud noises. So it was really hard to get a very clear picture of Pixel. I need to stop calling him Pistol. I keep wanting to call him Pistol now.
Yeah, it was freezing though. Yeah, that was a world's largest truck stop. We stopped there twice actually. We never stopped there that many times before.
No, it's a nice like almost halfway point.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it is. But yeah,
long drive though.
Good time. We got a crack in the windshield on the way back.
Oh,
gotta get it repaired.
It's not a. It's like
it's a nick.
It's like chip.
It's like a chip in the.
It's like that.
It's bigger than that, of course. It's big.
We were behind a semi the first like 30 minutes leaving Josh's parents, and
I passed semis as soon as
we had the opportunity, and then we didn't. Like it was real close. I told her to, and then I told her not to because the lane was ending. So,
either way, we
had we gotten around it, we wouldn't have gotten the crack.
Either way,
we just have to get it repaired.
Tiny, tiny little chip.
We should get it repaired before it surfaces any worse.
Yes, I understand.
So, but yeah, other than that, I mean, we dealt with the cold, and it was.
I did run into like this really funny You can't have a road trip without a bathroom story.
Oh my God! What?
I already told you.
Okay, you have to tell me
but
again.
I had this on the way to South Dakota. We stopped in. I think it was it wasn't world's largest truck stop. It was another bathroom stop beforehand.
Right.
And we stopped, and it was in the middle of nowhere, and it only had like 2 bathrooms, 2 stalls. And I had walked in, and somebody was in the other stall, so I obviously went into the other one. And as I'm sitting down to do my job, somebody in the other stall, sounds like a much older woman, is on the phone, like on speaker.
Public conversations.
giving directions or something or whatever. And I was like, well, that's odd. Like she had the phone on speaker. So she was just like sitting on the toilet talking into her phone with me right next to her. And I was like, okay, that's weird. And then she's like, okay, well, I'll see you there. Hung up and then just let a freaking fart. I mean, I'm talking like, it was like... it was literally as scene is, okay, well, I gotta go. I'll see you in a little bit. Goodbye.
Hilarious.
And I was trying so hard. Most of the time, you'll even hear an old lady go, like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." Like, like she didn't say anything, so I just finished up peeing, and I got off the toilet. And as I'm getting off the toilet, I hear somebody else walk in. And this was very odd because I didn't know what to say. I got off the toilet, and I'm opening up the door, or as I'm opening up the door, someone's trying to open it, and I was like, "Oh, hold on a second!" Like someone trying to get in. I'm like, hold on, let me get my purse and stuff. So I get out, and I open up the door, and as I'm walking out, the other girl rushes by me and goes, "Thank you," and closes the door.
She said thank you.
She said
the girl that farted said thank you.
No, the one that came in.
No, the one that came in. Like she was trying to open up my door, and I was like, "No, hold on a second."
She
and
said thank you.
Yes, and I got as I'm walking out, she's like walking in and shutting the door. "Thank you," and like. I was like, "Thank you for using the bathroom."
I guess she was thankful for you getting out of the way.
I guess she probably had to go too. And she was totally butt blasting the girl next to me. And then I told Josh on the way home, we were at the largest truck stop, and I'm like, I can't do this. It's like, what? I'm like, what is up with girls and just being all open? Because we have a system in the room. You don't poop or fart unless like someone's making loud noises, or you make sure no one else is in there.
Yeah.
Or someone flushes the toilet.
You are in the Midwest.
Hey,
they don't care.
You gotta let her rip.
They don't care.
I know, but it was like as if I was in a dude's bathroom. It wasn't even like a boop. It was just people freaking like blasting ass in the freaking bathroom.
Didn't I have a dude talk to me or something? Oh, I did. Oh, yeah. There was a guy who was washing his face, and it sounded like he was having an orgasm.
Right.
I had to stop mid-pee and lean back like, you all right, bro? And as he was done, he looked directly in my direction, and so he locked eyes while I'm peeing. He's having an orgasmic face wash.
Josh gets out of the bathroom, and he's got like this like really offset face.
Violated
and I was like, what?
by the
He's
sound,
like,
man.
I'll tell you in the car.
Did I tell you guys what happened? Now that we're talking about that,
we're gonna just go ahead. Just go ahead.
So I don't think I told the story on the podcast. It really didn't happen all that long ago, but I was at work and I went to the bathroom, and I hate going to the front bathroom.
Yeah,
it's smaller and
it gets used more often.
Yes,
it's colder too.
It's up front.
It's also cold because it's right next to the
bathroom,
wall.
There's 2 urinals and 2 stalls. Mm-hmm. So I walk in, and I think I only went to the one up front because I was closer up front and I really had to go. So I go. There's older man at the urinal. I go to the open urinal, and I start doing my business, and sounds like he's struggling a little bit, and I'm thinking, old man, prostate problems, might just have trouble getting started, you know?
Yep.
So then out of nowhere, in his kind of grunts or vocal struggles, he goes, "Woodpecker!" And I'm like, what the hell was that?
Woodpecker?
Yes. I'm not kidding.
This guy straight up had an O. Like he did.
I finish. I think I get out of there before him.
Oh my
God.
I'm
I don't know if it's funny or if I'm shocked. But I go find a couple of people I know. I'm like, this just happened to me.
You have to tell this story. Yes. I've never heard this story. You never told us.
So then I see him again with a younger person. I'm like, I think it's a special needs person.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Which made more sense, but I don't know why it would say that at the urinal. But it's always, you never know what'll happen in a big box retail store.
Is weird.
There's just all the rules in the bathroom on the strip were definitely broken.
Yeah. Okay. You want to talk the NFL?
Yeah.
You want to talk NFL?
Let's talk about the
oh wait,
weird ass week.
No, we can't talk about it yet.
What?
We have one more story that we have to share.
Let's share it real quick.
We have to embarrass your nephew.
Which one?
The little one.
What did he do?
So we were
I don't remember.
We were playing this amazing game, by the way, that I think that Brett would absolutely love playing with us, called Redneck Life.
Oh, that's fun.
And how you win is you have to have the most amount of money, the least amount of children, and the most amount of teeth left. at the end of the game.
The children doesn't really matter.
The children kind of matter.
Yeah.
They kind of matter. But you end up having getting divorced and remarried and having a bunch of youngins.
It's on the board. You have to get divorced and have to get remarried.
It's a board game.
Yes,
yeah.
It's a board.
It's like a game of life, but it's redneck
life.
Okay.
So we like to play it every year when we see Josh's family, just because it's funny. And so we're sitting there at the end of the night, and the kids are getting rowdy, so we're telling them to go to sleep. And it's the very last night we're there, and like I said, our one niece is really sick with a cold, and she's fussy and she doesn't feel good, so we're loading her up with meds, putting her to bed. And then our other niece and nephew, who are older, are playing the we're laughing in bed and mom can't hear us, ha ha ha, or grandma can't hear us, but we really can.
We can hear him.
Every single time we, we're getting really annoyed and grandma's getting really annoyed, and it's, I can still hear you, you should be going to sleep kind of thing.
Yeah.
So there's a point where about 10 minutes probably goes by, and all of a sudden they start, and Josh's dad is asleep at this point, and their room is right next to his, so if they're making noise, it really gets him upset, and grandma upset, and you just hear them start giggling or talking and whatnot, and that's it. Josh's
my mom's like, all right, I'm gonna go.
That's how I'm getting up.
She was she's like, okay, I'm just gonna take care of this.
I'm just gonna go take care of this. So we start sharing stories
about how she would, when we were growing up. And our parents.
Oh, shit.
Well, you're using Brett's, and it.
Yeah.
Alex, you're not supposed to touch it. I thought
you were moving it the whole time. Okay.
I thought you were supposed to. I thought you were supposed to use the stand.
I'll hold it.
You good?
I'll hold it. It's fine. Okay. So anyway, so we're sitting there. Josh's mom gets up and she goes to go check out. Then we start sharing stories about how, because every kid has got the story about how they went to go try to fall asleep, and they wouldn't fall asleep, and then their parents would come check on them, and then they would just the parent, the doorknob would twist, and you would just go all Toy Story on them and
try to just go to sleep.
Just go to sleep.
Sure.
Alex
broke the boom.
No, I got it. I'll just hold it like this. It's fine.
That's so awkward.
I got it. It's fine. Damn it, Brett.
I didn't do anything.
But anyway, so Josh and I have your boom. Josh and I are sitting there at the table laughing hysterically about how Josh told me a story about him and his brother would actually not be in bed. They'd be on the floor playing Legos as quietly as they could, but then mom and dad would start coming up the stairs.
Oh boy.
And then he'd open up the door. They're like, I wouldn't even try to get into bed. I would just fall down right next to my Legos and act like
I fell asleep playing my toys.
Playing with my toys.
I'd still get in trouble.
He's like, a couple times my brother dove for the bed, but I don't think it worked.
Yeah.
Because you think as a kid, they're totally going to fall for it as long as my eyes are closed.
Yeah.
So eventually what ends up happening is his mom comes back, and then she had to turn back around because our youngest nephew, James, started talking again. Yeah. And she's like, why aren't you going to bed? You should be in bed. He's like, but I'll be bored. Is what he said.
Yes.
But I'm going to be bored.
I'm just like, are you supposed to have fun? Laying down.
That was the tip of the iceberg right there. It's it was so silent, and it was so silent because we were hearing all these different excuses every time she'd go back, and then you just hear, but I'm gonna be bored. You're supposed to be sleeping.
Yeah.
What kind of excuses do your kids give?
What time was it?
It was midnight.
It was midnight.
Oh, yeah.
Our nieces and nephews, and they're at grandma and grandpa's, they're up until
midnight.
Yeah, midnight.
Yeah, 11 o'clock.
Well, it's Christmas vacation.
It was also
I guess,
vacation,
yeah,
yes.
but midnight, I was never allowed up till midnight.
That's not embarrassing. Why'd you say embarrass your nephew? That's funny.
Because I don't know.
We're talking about it.
What was the motivation for the hair change?
Oh, yeah. We're going to mention that too.
The motivation for the hair change. I've been thinking about it for a couple months now. It's just my hair was growing out, got my hair cut. And when actually the last podcast that we had, I got my bangs cut. And I was tired of my hair had grown out so much that my blonde was right here and my dark was right here. And it made me look like
two-toned.
It looked really bad. And I was like, well, that's it. It needs to be done. And I didn't have $200 to go and get it
professionally
done and highlighted the way I like. And I was like, you know what? It's been about a decade since I've gone dark and I feel like going dark. So I went and got a box. So there you go.
Bad or good?
No, it looks fine.
Yeah.
I will say, though, I really wish you would stop bothering Pixel when he's sleeping.
What are you talking about?
That video you posted, I think it was Christmas Day.
Yeah.
You pulled him out of bed when he was sleeping. You grabbed him by the face. You could tell he's like, this is bullshit.
He wants to sleep, Alex.
And you messed with him for the 30-second video.
She wants to.
He's so cute. That's what I want to play with him is when he's sleeping.
He's like a rag doll.
He is.
I could see it in his eyes. I'm like, really? Now?
No,
Like,
what?
now,
The funniest video that I have, which I don't know if I posted or not, because we had turned on Die Hard, and
Yes.
he did like
it.
I posted that video, but there's like a 4-second video that I posted.
Is that on Discord?
He just conks out.
Yes, there's like a 4-second video of him just like dunk, because he
done
couldn't,
with this.
he couldn't like keep his eyes open, and I saw it coming, so I started recording, and I caught the last 4 seconds.
You don't have it on Discord, Alex.
Oh, I don't. Oh, that
No.
sucks. Oh,
It's on Facebook because
yeah.
I commented on it, and you're like 4 seconds later. You know.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, then I posted.
just
Literally
conks
when the
out.
plane landed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gone.
Like because I saw him doing this,
He's
like
bobbing
head
his
bobbing, and I was like, man, it really looks like his head weighs 10 pounds, and I saw it coming, so I'm like, flip my phone up, and he was like, a boom, his head just fell down.
All right, I
Yeah.
guess
Football.
we should talk the NFL.
Well, fantasy.
That's over.
Yeah, pretty much.
Patrick won our league.
Mm-hmm.
Shane won the bigger league.
Mhm.
Yep.
So
I got
congrats to them.
Yep. 7th in PTO league and 5th in the other league.
I don't even know what I got. I
I
just
think
know I
you
failed.
finished-
Alex, you got
Dead
last
last in
in
both.
both.
Woohoo!
Yep. You went 5-11, 5-10.
Woohoo!
What annoys me is that I would have beat Quentin last week in the semis,
Yeah.
but Matthew Stafford decided to have like his worst month. Actually, that was his worst.
Tom Brady
game.
last week decided to have his worst.
Yeah, it's not good. For
0-9
the
Saints.
playoff teams.
Ugh. Awful.
So yeah, that sucks. But Rick got second in the PTO league.
Yep.
But anyway, we'll go with the scores. Some interesting games and some boring games.
Yeah.
The Bills beat the Falcons.
No.
The Falcons made it a game early. They actually took the lead, but the Bills came back pretty strong. And Matt Ryan of the Falcons got screwed because he rushes for a touchdown, and it's like the second touchdown, or would have gotten them above the 15 points that they scored, I'm pretty sure. And he visibly yelled something at one of the defenders. And Matt Ryan is not a rushing quarterback, so for him to get a rushing touchdown, I'm sure he was pretty pumped up. And they called a taunting penalty and took the touchdown off the board. I'm like, this is bullshit. I mean, the guy was probably talking shit in the first place, and Matt Ryan, a non-rushing quarterback, runs in for a touchdown, and he can't talk a little shit back. It's just stupid. It's so stupid.
There's a lot of stupid calls this week.
Well, there's a lot of stupid calls every week.
Every week, yes.
The Bears killed the Giants. The Giants may end up being the worst team in the league. They can't, like, I had two
We thought the
players.
Jets and the Jags were
Yeah.
going to be the worst.
Jags are probably the worst, but the Giants are right there with them. The Giants scored 3 points against the Bears. I had two players that I had to play from the Giants for a couple weeks because of injuries, and they scored no points. They're terrible. They have no offense at all.
No.
So that was not a game. I'm going to save this one for later. It's the Chiefs Bengals because I got a lot to say about
That was
it.
intense.
The Raiders Colts.
Ooh.
Raiders won on a last minute field
Go
goal to beat the Colts.
Raiders.
Carson Wentz, he missed practice all week because he had COVID. He was a little rusty, although the touchdown pass it was T.Y. Hilton caught a deflected ball in the end zone. It was pretty crazy. Two Raiders missed it and just pops right up and lands in his hands in the end zone. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
The Patriots beat the Jags 50-10.
Yeah.
Yep.
Trevor Lawrence, the Jags rookie quarterback, he threw his second TD pass in 9 games. And he threw like 3 or 4 interceptions. He was the number 1 pick in the draft. He has talent, but he has been put in the worst situation because his head coach was Urban Meyer, who was the head coach of Ohio State, and it's his first time in the NFL. He ended up getting fired. There's been nothing but controversy around him.
Wow.
So hard to learn how to be an NFL quarterback when your support system around you stinks.
Yeah.
So hopefully, he was talk of generational talent. Hopefully he can rebound and the Jags can actually be a decent organization. But the Patriots,
have the Jaguars won a Super Bowl? No.
They went to the AFC Championship game a couple times, but they have never been to the Super Bowl. So the Bucs beat the Jets 28-24.
Yes.
What's funny about this game is that the entire game, the Jets are winning. They're winning the entire game.
Yeah.
And then,
did you watch this game?
We weren't
We weren't able to watch any football except for some of the Vikings game that we shut it off.
The Jets, they're fighting. They're not good, but they put up a fight in a lot of cases.
Mm-hmm.
And so I believe the Jets are winning 24-21 at one point, and they try to score and they have to punt, and there's like 3 minutes left. There's a little bit of time left. I'm like, it's Tom Brady. Of course he's going to go down and score. Right. It's exactly what he does every time he needs to. And the Bucks win 28-24.
He works well under pressure.
No surprise at all that he would go do this. Had trouble scoring the entire game. Finally got it going a little bit, and he drives down and scores. And
I saw that.
Then the whole story with Antonio Brown.
Brown.
Not much to say other than he took off his pads, threw them on the bench, took off his Under Armour shirt and gloves, threw them into the stands, and walked out. So, all you can say is, and then Bruce Arians after the game says he's no longer a Buck, which is what Tomlin said when he left the Steelers, and it's what Bill Belichick said when he left the Patriots. So, until he gets, if he has mental problems or
is there a reason why?
Somebody was talking about on my stream, concussion.
Well, I said
you could always link it towards CTE.
Because you said
but
concussions can become can create like aggression and mood swings. And
it would easily be easy to say they were losing the entire game. Maybe that set him off. I don't know, but
who the frick cares?
He's not
the Bucks got the playoffs.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter if you win or lose the next 2 games.
Maybe he thought he should have caught more passes, but he's never been the number one guy in Tampa Bay. It's always Mike Evans or Gronk,
Yeah, and Gronk is not even he's a tight end. Yeah.
So
did you hear? Oh, speaking of outbursts, Tom Brady only received a warning after throwing his temper tantrum.
Well,
he just got a warning for throwing a computer.
The thing about
God.
When you're in the league 20 some years and
I don't care
you're Tom Brady,
there's no seniority in this.
Yeah, they let some stuff go. It's just the way it is.
He threw a sponsored product.
Well, yeah, but
you don't do that.
Well, he did, and I'm not surprised that nothing happened.
Are you upset about that?
No, I don't care.
Josh, that's just like you and I complaining about Twitch.
Oh, we can get that. We can get on that one day.
He threw a tablet.
If you're making money for that company and you're making them lots of money, then you get a little slap on the wrist.
You still get in trouble.
He's banned. Not expendable.
If Peyton Manning had did it, nobody would have cared either. Mm-hmm. And Peyton Manning is a bit more. He's not known as kind of the whiner that Tom Brady is known as, and he is known as a whiner. He whines and complains a lot.
Right.
Okay, so then we got the Dolphins. They really crapped the bed. They had a chance to do something. All that they already did. No team starting 1-7 has ever won 7 games in a row, and they did. They had to win out to make the playoffs. No team that's started 1-7 has made the playoffs, and they got killed by the Titans, 34-3. Titans now the number 1 seed in the AFC.
Yes, they took number 1.
They're going to get the bye.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. There's still a bye?
Well, there's one bye. The number 1 team. There used to be 2 byes. The 1 and 2 seed got the byes. Now there's a 1. The 1 seed has the only bye and home field advantage.
But there's still. Hold on.
I didn't realize that we were doing byes.
I thought there's still people in the hunt.
I thought we were.
There is, but there's 7 teams from each conference.
Oh, it's only 7. I thought it was 8.
No. It used to be just 6, but now they added the extra.
Okay.
All right. So
the Colts haven't necessarily made the playoffs.
No, not yet. They're in the hunt, as they say. At least I don't think they've been. They are not mathematically eliminated, but a lot has to happen for them to get
Browns got eliminated.
Yes, they did. Even though they haven't played yet.
Wait, what do you mean they got eliminated?
They are mathematically eliminated.
Oh.
Unless they beat.
Because the Bengals won and the Ravens lost, the Browns were eliminated.
Yeah.
Oh.
What was I saying? Eagles beat the Washington football team. The Eagles are right now the 7th seed in the NFC. They might make it.
That's crazy.
Rams beat the Ravens. Matt Stafford did not have a good game again, but it was enough to win. Mm-hmm. Chargers killed the Broncos. I believe the Chargers are the 6th seed right now.
I really just don't like that name change.
Niners beat the Texans.
What name change?
The Washington football team.
They have to make
it sounds like a college team.
They have to make a actual.
They need to come up with a mascot or something.
They're still in the hunt, by the way. The Chargers. I actually after this week, they probably got it
as the 6th seed.
Yeah, the playoff picture has not updated on ESPN or NFL. I mean, I'm on the NFL.com website. I was looking at playoff pictures on the ESPN because I was just looking at playoff pictures just to see what we're looking at here soon and. I don't think they updated.
I said
this
the Niners
week.
beat the Texans. They are still in the hunt.
Yeah.
The Cardinals beat the Cowboys, and I've been saying all season long,
Cowboys are not good.
The Cowboys are overrated.
They are.
They proved me by getting killed at home by Denver a few weeks ago, and
They did?
Oh yeah, that was several weeks ago.
I didn't see that.
Oh yeah, it was middle of the season, but
Okay.
But
they almost got beat after leading the Washington football team. Yesterday they got beat at home by the Cardinals, who were spiraling, and they righted it against the Cowboys. So I think Cowboys could lose first round. I'm going to go out on that prediction right now.
I would be okay with that.
The Saints beat the Panthers. Neither of them, I'm pretty sure, are going to... I don't think either of them are in contention for a playoff spot even now. There is 1 week left in the season next week, and then it's playoff time.
Yeah.
The Seahawks killed the Lions 51-29.
Saw that.
Both of them, I believe, are... The Seahawks might technically not be...
They're not. They're out.
Yet.
They're out.
Are they?
They're out.
Okay. Because of the Cardinals and the Rams.
Yeah.
And then the Packers last night had zero problems killing the Vikings. Kirk Cousins did not play.
Minnesota's missing 2 of their defensive players that are stars.
And it's Aaron Rodgers and...
at home. And it's
Devontae
cold.
Adams.
dude, it was
very
1
cold.
degree.
Yeah.
1 degree.
We felt that.
Cold.
Oh, yeah. We felt that before
Josh
we
and I
left.
thought when we were packing up the car that morning that we were leaving.
Like, oh, it's only 13.
It was only 13 degrees outside with a -5 wind chill. We're like, oh, we're just going to run things out to the car. I'll be fine in a hoodie.
Oh,
No!
also, Pixel was off his leash, so I had to chase after him.
I know.
Oh,
He
Blonde's
like ran out.
windy and
He like
negative.
ran outside. We're like,
I
it's
had
so
to yell at
cold.
him. Oh, man.
Tonight is the Browns at the Steelers. It is most likely
It's a
going
big
to
game
be-
tonight.
Well, it doesn't mean anything, though. It's a completely meaningless game.
We'll see.
The
But it's
Steelers,
still like the Browns and Steelers.
It's
Yeah.
Ben Roethlisberger's most likely his last home game.
Let's
So
kick his ass
probably
then.
his last game,
Yeah.
period.
Speaking of last games, since the loss of Green Bay, that means this is 2 consecutive years Zimmer has not made the playoffs. So that means Mike Zimmer, the coach of Minnesota Vikings, Spielman, the offensive coordinator, and Cousins will be looked at harshly.
Who would have thought?
I think Zimmer has to go before Cousins, and the reason
Their
I
offensive
say
coordinator
that
needs to go,
is
too.
I think
because
Cousins has
possibly-
potential, but I
look
think
at
he's not
what
being
they
coached
couldn't
properly.
do with
Cousins could be okay if he stays.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, look what they did with what was his name, Sean Mannion, some no name. They couldn't, they scored 1 touchdown.
Yeah, they didn't even play the other guy.
You
No.
gotta have a decent quarterback.
They had
and
an actual second string that was there.
Kirk Cousins is a decent
They didn't
quarterback.
even give him a quarter to play. Like
No.
they just stuck with the one guy.
Sean Mannion, never heard of him.
He's terrible.
One game we got to talk about.
Yeah.
Is the Chiefs and the
Chiefs
Bengals.
and
Yeah.
I didn't see much of the highlights of this, but I know it was a good game.
This game was in Cincinnati, and going into this game, I thought I don't think the Chiefs may not lose again. They may be back in the Super Bowl. 'Cause
Yeah.
They were on fire. They won 8 in a row, I think. And
Wow.
what was different is that their defense is actually playing really good. But the Bengals have Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Joe Mixon. They've got these freaking Tyler Boyd, who's been there a few years. Freaking weapons, and Joe Burrow's only in his second year. So they go back and forth, scoring. Lots of offense. There was like close to 700 yards in
Very
offense
back and
combined.
forth.
Gets down to the last drive, it's tied 31-31. And the Bengals are driving with under 2 minutes to go. They get down to the goal line, goes 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
Yep.
I'm like, what are you doing?
We watched that.
You kick the field goal, you're up by a field goal, you give Patrick Mahomes little over a minute to go down to get a field goal to tie, not to win, to
Right.
tie.
Yes.
Right.
So I understand not wanting to give
We
Patrick
did
Mahomes.
watch this.
Yeah, we
watch this
did.
game.
I
We watched this
understand not
part.
wanting to give Patrick Mahomes that time.
Right.
But you're going for it on 4th down for a touchdown is crazy. You don't need a touchdown to win.
You don't.
We don't
So
need a field goal.
They go for it, and both sides commit a penalty.
Yeah, I
And
know.
so they reset.
So that it
was
negates
so
it.
crazy.
It cancels each other's out. So they line up, and I'm thinking, you gotta kick it now.
Yeah. No, they
They
don't.
don't kick it.
They go for a
I'm
knee.
having an aneurysm in my living room.
I
It
know.
was insane.
I'm like, what are you doing?
I was also yelling. I was like, Josh, is this normal?
It's 4th down. There's like a little over a minute, I think, and they go for it again. And the Chiefs commit a penalty in the end zone.
Yep.
Fresh set of downs.
Yep.
Like, okay, you gotta kick a field goal. So they line up to go for it, and they take a knee.
Yep.
And the point of this is to run the clock all the way down.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which is what they do. The 4th down play, Joe Burrow hurts his knee. So they got to have the backup come in to take a knee. And Tony Romo's calling the games like, this guy's cold. You better leave a little bit of time on the clock just in case a bad snap or whatever. And he waits until 2 seconds left to spike it after he takes the knee. So he spikes it, 2 seconds left. They kicked the field goal then. Bengals win. It was a big win. It'd be more impressive if they won in Kansas City. Yeah. But it was pretty cool because I remember back in the aughts when the Bengals were the worst team in the league. Just couldn't.
Now they might have a chance.
Right. Yeah. Joe Burrow looks like a really good guy. Jamar Chase, who's the rookie wide receiver, he had almost 300 yards receiving and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I have him on one of my fantasy teams. He'll have a really good day and then he won't do anything for 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah. And then he'll have 2 really good weeks. So you just never know. They both did go to LSU. I'm pretty sure they played together.
Yeah.
So that, that's always cool to see.
Right.
But it's just, that game is the epitome of this year is coaches going forward on 4th down when they don't necessarily have to.
We saw it a lot. We saw it a lot last night
all year
too.
long. I've never seen it more than this year.
Yeah, it's stupid.
That's the NFL.
Before we get off the NFL topic, we got to talk about John Madden.
I was going to save that for the other deaths, but yeah, we can talk about John Madden.
Well, since we're on NFL, it's fine. Yeah. He died 85 years old. And
right after his documentary aired.
Yeah.
I watched it.
I didn't watch it. I wanted to. That's the one thing I forgot.
Yeah, we
It
haven't.
was on Fox.
We've had a lot of stuff that we needed to watch.
Is it on Hulu or anything?
It's going to a couple streaming services, but I don't remember which ones.
I can probably find it. And he and his wife just celebrated 62 years of marriage 2 days before his death too. Yeah. So everything happened within like a week span. Like they had their marriage celebration, they had the documentary that had been waiting to come out for a minute. I don't know anything about John Madden's past.
20s?
They started advertising for it in like August.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. I was like, I can't wait to see that.
In my lifetime, I remember Madden and Pat Summerall. They did games together.
Their Thanksgivings and
then Summerall retired and he went to ABC or NBC. He was with Al Michaels. It might have been NBC. I think Monday Night Football was on NBC before it went to ESPN. So he worked for ABC because he worked for all 4 major networks in broadcasting, and no one has ever done that before.
Yeah.
So he worked at ABC on Monday Night Football with Al Michaels.
He never flew. Did you know that?
Yeah.
He had a fear of flying.
He did he was, and then he had a bad experience on a turbulent flight.
Yeah.
This is actually in the documentary, and he said to God, if you get me through this, I will never fly again. And he landed, and he never flew again.
Right. Oh my gosh!
Then he went to NBC with Al Michaels and did Sunday Night Football for a little bit, and then he retired. But he was coach and then broadcaster, and then in between it all, he had the video game.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's a whole there's a couple generations of kids that have played Madden. Yep. I remember, I think it was Madden 05. I played nothing but Madden 05 from like August when it came out to like February.
I had a few stretches where I was playing nothing but Madden.
Oh, yeah.
Like on my 360 and on my one. Like I
loved coming downstairs when Patrick first visited.
Oh God, I was an asshole playing against Patrick on that. I should have just kept going with what I was doing. And
I was upstairs getting ready or doing something, and they were yelling at each other.
Well, he came back and kicked my ass. I had everything on my side, and I messed up.
You guys are hilarious.
Twice, 2 interceptions, and he scored on both runs.
You guys should stream that together.
Yikes.
We probably could.
That would be a really fun stream to watch. You and Patrick playing Madden.
Right?
Maybe you should do that for your stream on Wednesday.
Interesting thing about Madden as a commentator is a lot of people claim to not like him because he stated the obvious quite a bit. And even Frank Caliendo, who's the master or a master of impressions, that's part of his act. Right. He imitates Madden and says just insanely obvious things. So that's what a lot of people had problems with Madden, is that he did that. But the reason he did that is because he always felt like a teacher who wanted to teach people how
football
works
Yeah.
and how it's played, and just
That's why you have the
everything
yellow
like that.
circles and the
Exactly.
lines. And
he was the
everything.
first to do that, which I did not know.
Oh.
Nobody does it anymore.
Yeah, they do a little bit.
I guess see it. I don't see it as often.
I don't think they go to near the lengths that he did
He did it almost every play.
all the time.
Like he explained everything.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember
like
that.
he even
Boom.
there was a shot of a Dallas Cowboy player who had steam coming off his head because it's cold out. He circled his head. He's like, yeah, when you get a big guy who's all hot and sweaty, this is what happens in the cold.
Oh, I loved him. He's great.
But the documentary is very good. It just kind of talks about his whole career.
Yeah.
And it was
I'll have to check it out.
It was sad to see him go right after his document. I mean, sad to see him go, period. But it's weird that it was right after his documentary.
It's so strange. It happened to Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
When he died, it was like right after he got inducted.
Induction.
Yeah. And he had a new documentary coming out too.
Wasn't that when he was walking down the street or something? Had
He just
a heart
died.
attack?
Yeah. It was right after he was
Yeah.
on Raw.
Yeah, that's right.
And
Yeah,
I
because we
watched
watched
that whole speech.
We watched that. Yeah.
I was actually really excited to see what he could do. He was going to do like some kind of management stuff, and
Yeah.
it was going to be
and
interesting.
he said he was just walking down like Hollywood Boulevard or something like
Yeah.
that and had a heart
You
attack.
want to touch on Betty White?
Yeah, might as well.
99.
This is the celebrity death hoax. It's come out before, and when I saw this, I'm like, oh no, is it real this time?
It was
And
everywhere.
And I've
99.
never seen as many posts or shared posts about a single celebrity death.
She
Yeah.
was a national icon.
She was like America's grandma.
Yes.
Yeah.
She helped me when I was I'm gonna tell a story. Like when I was sick as a kid, I was sick often, and when I was in 4th grade, I had pneumonia for an entire week, and I was just out. I watched Golden Girls a lot, and just watching her on there was always just the best, and her comedy was just awesome. I loved it. She was great.
I never watched her shows, so she did tons of
She did
stuff.
a few
but
shows.
She
Yeah.
did Golden Girls. She did a show for
She's
6 years on
Done a
TV
lot of
Land
cameos.
Yeah.
called Hot in Cleveland
Mm-hmm.
with some women actresses you probably would recognize.
Right.
Wendy Malick and Jane Leaves, who was on Frasier,
Yeah.
and Valerie Bertinelli. But it
God,
was
you're
kind of
walking
a
dictionary.
kind of a racy show, but she was an obviously older lady because it was in the early 2000s, I think. But it was pretty funny, and I actually
I never
found
watched it.
like a 10-minute clip of just her bloopers from the show, and I'll try to find it because it's pretty funny.
Okay.
But I don't know if I watched anything specifically for her. She was just, you knew who Betty White was.
Yeah.
Because she was in show business for decades.
Ever. Yeah.
Forever.
I remember she played Kitty's mom on that 70s show, and she was
Yeah.
only in 2 or 3 episodes.
Yeah,
but
she did.
was
I forgot that.
She was kind of a mean lady, but it was funny.
She portrayed her characters very well when
Yeah.
she needed to. I just, man, she couldn't make it to 100. She was so close.
January 17th would have been her 100th birthday.
Yep.
Yep.
And we were all invited.
Right.
It was going to be like a whole celebration.
We're all going to celebrate.
I think it's still going to be kind of like a in memory.
Yeah, I'm sure that there's going to be something.
It's been everywhere, and I've been on TikTok, and everyone's just been like in memory of Betty White, and they've been putting up videos of her and everything. It's great.
Jay Leno did a bit on the Tonight Show, and I don't remember what exactly it was, but it was supposed to be like people who had crazy talents, and I think it was like make Betty White flinch or something. And all I remember is this guy had like a half pipe with a plexiglass wall at the bottom,
Oh god.
and Betty stood in front of it, and he rode his skateboard down and just slammed into this wall, and she didn't flinch a bit, so he didn't win. But it was funny.
She's I'm gonna miss like seeing her videos and stuff. She was getting really prepared to do a lot of social media, and it's gonna be great. But yeah. Moving on. You want to talk movie club?
Yeah.
No Time to Die.
Been waiting to talk about this.
Yeah, 007, last Daniel Craig movie. Here's the synopsis of this one. Came out last year, sorry. James Bond has left active service. His piece is short-lived when Felix Leiter, an old friend from the CIA, turns up asking for help, leading Bond onto the trail of a mysterious villain armed with a dangerous viral technology. starring Daniel Craig. I'm gonna murder this name. Ana de Armas and Rami Malek.
So that was Palermo.
Yeah.
Or Paloma. Not
yes.
Paloma.
Fans give this an 88%. Critics give it an 84. I think it was a good closure for Daniel Craig.
So rank it among Daniel Craig's.
Okay, of course, Quantum of Solace is going to go on the bottom. I'm going to say Spectre is right above that. It wasn't as good. And then I got to put this one and Skyfall pretty close together, and Casino Royale still my favorite.
You just said my list.
I was going to say, I was like, I'm pretty much agreeing with everything he's saying.
I would say
Spectre was a little bit of a disappointment.
It was. Spectre and Quantum are 4 and 5.
They are.
But this and Skyfall, like Skyfall is just ahead of this just a touch.
Because of, I think it's because of the emotion of M.
It's the emotional connection.
I hated M, the male Mallory. I did not like him in this movie because he was very questionable on everything.
He was,
you couldn't trust him.
He did some shady stuff in this one.
Yeah.
So major spoiler alert. And honestly, I have not seen this come up as I've seen stuff posted. There was one post that's wording where you could have figured it out, but they kill off James Bond in this.
Yes.
Yeah.
I haven't seen many, but I don't think they've ever killed him off before.
Never. This is the first James Bond
I don't think they have
to have died.
And they gave him a kid, which I don't think they've ever done before.
This is definitely. I looked up the facts. Madeline Swan is the first Bond girl to be a mother, at least.
Okay.
So I don't know about him being a father.
Yeah.
Can't really say. Well, we can't really say. Allegedly.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I had to watch. We had to watch a recap before watching because the movies are so dang long. I mean, especially Quantum of Solace. There's a lot of information in that one. That one, it actually helped us because then we went into this one like I knew who Felix was. I knew who his James Bond's love interest was. I knew everything. Like it was really easy to follow.
And Madeline Swan's father is Mr. White,
who
is in Casino Royale and Quantum.
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
He's the guy he shoots in the knee from the boat in. At the end of Casino Royale, and he's driving him to interrogate. He's chasing him, or no, he's driving him, running away from the bad guys at the beginning of Quantum to be interrogated.
Yes,
so he's in the whole thing. He actually, I don't think he's in Skyfall, but he ends up dying in
Spectre. Yes, Rami, as scary as he was, seemed a bit out of place in the end as a villain, but I think he did well. I think he did pretty well. I mean, at least at the beginning, you kind of got introduced to him and Madeline and kind of how they're...
You're talking about Safin, right?
Yeah.
I wanted more of him.
Me too. I wanted more information on him.
Because usually they concentrate quite a bit on the enemy.
They do.
And the relationship with Bond and the anti-relationship with Bond. And they've really... Like, they did at the end. But they didn't like
short period.
Rami doesn't even really show. I guess obviously he shows up at the beginning, but like
you don't know
it's him. But you don't really see. Yeah, but you don't really see him in the movie until like an hour in.
Yeah.
Because they have so much like history that they have to go over and setup that they have to go over.
Blofeld is still a big part of
the
villainy.
Yeah, and he was supposed to be he wasn't supposed to be known that he was going to be in this movie, Blofeld.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they were supposed to be like, oh, he's back for just a quick scene, you know.
Yeah, he's not in it long.
Right.
As far as on screen.
I got annoyed by the new 007. She seemed a bit stubborn, but whatever.
I actually ended up liking her.
At the end.
I didn't like her at first,
right.
But I did end up liking her.
She seemed pretty.
What I will find interesting is if they think they can build or continue the franchise with her as 007.
They're not going to be able to.
They purposely made all three big characters die. It says right here, the first Bond to have James Bond, Felix, and Ernst Blofeld all killed off. This was to wipe the slate clean and for a reboot and recast.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, because Jeffrey Wright did die.
You could also tell that Daniel Craig, like, he did a lot of...
He was weaker in this
You could
one.
definitely tell he slowed down.
Over 50.
I know.
He had a lot of people. He had stand-ins for a lot of the stunts.
He
did.
And
he hurt himself.
The beginning of the movie happens, and then 5 years goes down the road.
I know, and I'm like, I looked at the whole like 5-year timeline. I'm like,
So
How old is he then?
Technically, the beginning should be at the end of Spectre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it is 5 years later, or 2016 to 20.
So watch the beginning of this movie with Spectre, and
There you go.
then pause for like a week.
Yeah, right.
I didn't know that Felix's character is a common one in the James Bond universe. He helps James out in previous films, Dr. No, Live and Let Die, and this one.
I didn't know that.
And he's also in Casino Royale, but he's not mentioned.
He's in
this
Quantum
list.
as well.
I don't remember him in Quantum. I don't remember Quantum.
It's a short appearance. He's with another guy, CIA guy on a plane.
Yeah. Although he dies, the credits still say James Bond will return.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that the technology thing about the whole viral thing, that seemed a little like, I thought we visited that before with James Bond.
Yeah, it's called COVID.
No, didn't we visit viral stuff before?
I think it's been in cinema. I don't.
Well, I
remember
mean,
seeing it in
because of
James
the
Bond.
Chimera.
That's Mission Impossible.
Oh, wrong one, but kind of the
You're
same
right.
thing.
It kind of had that same
Because he was going to infect
It
one
was-
person, which would infect everyone else.
This specific weapon in No Time to Die was DNA based or DNA targeting biological weapon.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
it wouldn't target anybody, just a certain strand of DNA.
Right.
Or,
Yeah.
and
Which
its
meaning like family lines.
relatives. Right.
So
Very
yeah.
interesting.
So if I
idea.
died or if I got it and then I touched like my sister or my
Correct.
brother then they would die and then.
But the
so
one
on.
that Rami Malek's character had at the end was basically specifically meant for you can't touch
Anybody.
Anybody.
Like anyone at all?
No.
I thought it was just the. I thought
No, it was
just
like
them.
an end all kind of deal, like saving it.
That's a shame, man.
Yeah.
So it's like basically, all right, well, I'm done.
Like
Yeah.
it's,
I mean, that's why
he's
stopped
like, that's why I
burning.
saved it. Like,
Yeah.
And he had to get the blast doors open. But in the theater, so I'm sitting in the theater and I see the missiles come down and he's gone. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
never happened before.
It was sad.
It was actually pretty
It's
sad.
Very emotional.
The
because then
conversation.
yeah.
He's telling Madeline that, I'm not going to make it.
Yeah.
And the little girl is so cute. His
She's
daughter.
adorable.
It was.
She was good. Good. It was good casting. For
I loved
her.
how she was like, she came down the stairs like, she's not yours. He's like, but the blue eyes.
Because everyone was talking about how Daniel Craig has these piercing blue eyes for all the movies. You just noticed that they always pointed it out or just had it, fixated on it. And I think it was for that reason.
What
Yeah.
did you redeem your digital copy on?
Apple, iTunes.
So
I have Apple TV.
if you get a chance, there's like that documentary I talked about a few months ago.
Yeah.
That was free on Apple.
Yeah.
That's the extra or the special features for the digital copy. So if
I'll have
you
to see if I can
get
look
it,
into
if you
that.
can find it, then check it out because it's super interesting. It talks about all the films, and it's
Because this
Daniel
is the 25th.
Craig. Yes, it's
Yeah.
Daniel Craig and two of the longtime producers of the Bond movies, and they talk about the problems with Quantum. Quantum was right when the writer's strike was going on.
Oh,
so
is
they
that
actually
why
had
that
to start
was?
filming before the script was finished,
Oh.
which is never good.
Oh, geez.
So yeah,
There's been some films that have been okay that have done that, but then there's
Quantum is not. I don't think it's as bad as you're remembering it.
I just remember it being slow.
It's. I don't think it's as.
It had the first Bond girl survive,
Yeah,
True.
or like not survive. What was it? The first. What was it? It wasn't the first to survive because Christmas survived. But...
Christmas survives and Natalia survives and.
Well, why did
Halle
they say
Berry's
that?
Character survived.
Why
I
did they
don't
say
know.
that with this one, with Quantum?
I don't know.
Maybe it's maybe, I don't know.
We did.
We watched the recap. Told us that it was something about her being specific.
She was
pointed
She
out.
was just in that one, wasn't she?
Yeah. I think this movie was good.
Very good. Yeah.
Not Casino or Skyfall, but enjoyable and had good closure. It's definitely a good one. I was going to touch on this because this has kind of been a leak and it's very interesting. But IGN has reported that there's been 1,000 gamer score achievement leaked online of a GoldenEye report
I saw this story too.
coming to Xbox. Probably GoldenEye. Wouldn't that be fun? But it could be terrible.
Could be. I guess it just depends if it's a straight port.
Nintendo come into agreement? That's pretty interesting.
I don't know. If it's a straight port, upres, whatever you want. Upres the 64 graphics, but I mean, I'll play it.
Do you remember when we got Goldeneye for the Wii?
Yeah.
And it
It's
was
bad.
a Daniel Craig reskin, and it
Yes.
was awful.
Yeah.
It went to
It's so
360
bad.
as well, and it wasn't any good.
Oh.
To me, what's most memorable about Goldeneye in the sense that if you were to play it today, it's the soundtrack. It's the
Yeah.
music.
Yeah.
In-game music is incredible.
Well, I'm gonna give this one an 8. It's good. I enjoyed it. Definitely.
9.
I'll
9?
give it an 8.
Yeah. All right.
My turn.
Yeah.
I made a list because I'm starting to run out of ideas.
Did you look at your library and?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just kind of went through some stuff.
Do you think?
So my first thing on the list was Fast 9. And now I'm not really sure that I want to watch Fast 9. Because Andrew watched Fast 9 and he's like, I think I'm done with the Fast movies. I'm like, why? He's like, they're just cheesy and unrealistic. I'm like, they've been that way.
They've been that way since the beginning.
I mean, the first one is based in a little bit.
2 was
not
pretty.
too crazy.
2 had some reality to it.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So
wasn't
I don't
bad.
know. So have you seen Hostage?
Maybe.
Hostage with
Is that Bruce Willis?
Yeah.
Yeah, you showed us that movie.
I did.
Yes.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Okay.
A few years back.
What about Law Abiding Citizen?
That has Gerard Butler, right?
Yes.
I think I've seen that one. Jamie Foxx?
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I don't think
That's
I
an
have.
older one.
What about Platoon?
No.
Alex?
No, she's never seen that.
So
It was either that one was a.
My guess is it's a war movie.
There's another one. What was the other one? With Martin Sheen. Is that the one I'm thinking? Is that Platoon?
is
Is that Martin Sheen?
I don't. Is Martin Sheen in that? So I know Willem Dafoe is Tom Berenger, Charlie Sheen, but I don't think Martin's in it.
What was the one that I think Martin Sheen was in? There was a Vietnam one.
That Platoon is Vietnam,
Maybe I'm just thinking that one.
but it's supposed to be really freaking good.
When did it come out?
In the early 90s, I think.
Oh.
Oh, so it's an older movie. As we can call early 90s old,
We can.
But
unfortunately.
I think it even won some Oscars.
Was it Martin Sheen? I'm pretty sure.
Oh, it was 1986.
Oh, so okay,
Then
so
that's
old.
probably it. Or Apocalypse Now. That was the other
Yeah,
one.
okay.
I haven't seen that one either. Both of those I've been wanting to see for a minute. So either Platoon or Apocalypse Now were the two that I've been. But definitely, yeah. It was
Charlie Sheen, Tom Berenger, Willem Dafoe, Keith David, Forrest Whitaker,
cool. Ooh, okay. We heard Forrest
John
Whitaker.
Cena Ginley.
Oh, okay.
All
Isn't he
right.
the guy from Scrubs? No?
Yes, he
Yeah,
is. Yep,
yeah.
he's also on The Rock.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he is. I
Yep.
forgot.
Wow.
Um,
I'm excited. Okay, let's do
yeah,
Platoon. Yeah,
I'll read
that sounds
the.
good.
Do you want to read it?
You got it if you're there.
Chris Taylor, a neophyte recruit in Vietnam, finds himself caught in a battle of wills between two sergeants, one good and the other evil. A shrewd examination of the brutality of war and the duality of man and conflict.
Okay. Interesting. He's gonna pull my cord down if he walks on it, and he did.
And I'm pretty sure it wants so.
It won some awards.
Yeah, it was a big deal.
All right. Well, Platoon.
Won 4 Oscars.
Nice.
Best Picture,
Oh wow.
Best Director Oliver Stone,
Oh, that's right, Oliver Stone.
Best Sound,
Mm-hmm.
and Best Film Editing. And it was nominated for like 24 total. That's
Wow.
that's some hardware there.
Yeah.
Gonna do some playing and watching here. Have you done anything new over the week?
I started in on Vice City.
Oh
the
yeah, because you're doing the
definitive edition,
remastered now.
right? It again, the only problems I'm having are
The photos that I've seen.
no, it's the frame rate when I get driving
Oh.
fast, or if it's raining, it seems to dip.
Oh, yeah.
But they did change the rain. They
Did
are the rain and when I was playing 3 was so bad you couldn't see anything.
Oh, it's
And
gray,
they patched
wasn't it?
that. Yeah, they patched like it's white at night when it's raining. The raindrops are white,
Oh,
Okay.
so yeah, you can't
Right.
see to drive.
Yeah.
What is annoying though is when you need to precision drive, the raining changes the game mechanics of driving so bad
Yeah.
you can't do it. So of course I do 3-4 missions and everything's fine, and then I have a mission where I have to drive a limousine like speed. I have to go so fast I cannot slow down or while they defuse the bomb or the thing blows up. Of course it's raining,
Great.
and it took me like 6 or 7 tries. I was pissed.
That would take some patience.
I think that's the only thing I'm playing. So we haven't talked about it on the show yet, but Splinter Cell's being remade.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Josh has
So-
been waiting for
I
you to bring
started
that
doing
up.
instead of playing the Splinter Cell
It's
games
like-
because it takes quite a bit of patience. I've just been watching some walkthroughs,
Oh,
and
really?
that's been satisfying.
Well, just enough because I mean, it's because you're not failing.
Right. And I've been watching it now. So Splinter Cell Chaos Theory, which is the third installment, which is my favorite. But I've been watching a guy that do this, and he's really freaking good. He's getting 100%
Wow.
on every mission, and kind of showing me the stuff that I didn't know in the missions were there, just shortcuts and whatnot.
Maybe you'll go back before they whatever comes out, and you'll actually play.
If they
these
would
and-
re-release them, and this would be the second time that they've re-released
I
them.
hope they don't.
Wouldn't surprise me if they did because it's Ubisoft, but if they don't, I'm fine with it.
What was that said? It's like the stepchild they didn't want or something like
You
this.
said something,
Because I read the article and it's like they didn't want Splinter Cell. It's like they don't like this. They hate it. They go for everything else but this
It's
franchise. I don't get it.
It's for some reason they think stealth won't sell.
Metal Gear is selling just fine. Isn't that stealth?
Yeah, but they haven't had a
Doesn't
Metal
Far Cry
Gear
deal with
game
stealth
since
too?
2016,
Oh, I guess that's true.
or maybe even 2015 was 5.
Well,
But
Hitman, that's doing just fine.
yeah, it's less stealth, more like disguise. Like your
Mm.
actual strategy is to sneak by in plain sight.
Rainbow Six, doesn't that deal with stealth?
I don't think so.
In
It's all first person.
Hmm.
But what I will say about this game is that
I'll
I
stop
will be
listing games.
lucky if this game comes out before I am 40 years old.
You think it's gonna be that
think
long?
It's not
that
gonna
long.
be that long.
The
Guys,
technology is already there.
I'm talking 3 years. We're talking 3 years.
Yeah, it's not gonna be that
I think-
long.
They'll have an E3 announcement.
I think it'll be because they won't.
I say this fall.
It won't be in 2022. They'll announce it for 2023. It will get delayed until
Okay.
2024 at least, and
And it'll be
probably
fall.
into 2025.
And they'll come out winter of 25
So
if it's a new port.
I'm just gonna kind of forget about it.
Okay.
What will be interesting is if
Yeah.
Michael Ironside does the sounds, because if it's a reboot, you think you got to go back to the beginning, and are they going to have a 70-year-old man playing the voice of a 20, late 20s, early 30s year old man?
We'll see what they do.
But I think that's all that I'm.
We've
planning.
been watching some stuff.
I watched something too.
What'd you watch?
So I ran out of shows, and I started watching Yellowstone because it's all over commercials.
Why have I
Yeah.
never heard of this show?
It's on Paramount.
That's probably
Okay.
why.
What's it about?
It's about a ranch in Montana, and kind of the Kevin Costner plays the largest landowner in Montana. It's called
Interesting.
Yellowstone Dutton Ranch, and it's kind of about the shady stuff that goes in the politics in Montana and the Indian
Sounds
tribes.
like a Sons of Anarchy kind of thing. With the
So I'm on season 3.
yeah.
I just started season 3. Season 1 was kind of like Breaking Bad, where it was
Yeah.
kind of boring, and you just are learning characters and kind of figuring
Oh.
out how it goes. So, and the only reason I think I continued with it is because I literally had nothing else to watch that I
Okay.
wanted to watch, I should say.
Yeah.
So I've stuck it out through season 1, and then season 2 got better, and by the end of season 2, I was pretty hooked to
good.
where I'm going to see it through. And I think yesterday they just aired the season 4 finale. So
Yeah,
Okay.
so you
won't
get yourself
take me
caught
long
up.
to finish, yeah.
We've been we watched The Matrix Resurrections.
Yep. We went and saw that in the theater yesterday.
Wasn't it on HBO Max?
It is, but we
It
have,
is,
wanted
but we
the
got
theater
we got a
experience.
nice stack of gift cards to Regal,
Sure.
and we also had a
and I
free-
wanted to
had a-
have a Matrix experience in the theater, which was a
Yeah.
good idea.
Makes sense.
we had a free ticket as well with my rewards with
Yep.
Regal. So
Nice.
I gotta say, quick review on this. What do you think, Alex?
I liked it.
You liked it a lot.
Josh doesn't like that there were some cheesy moments in it, but I feel like because it's been
Okay,
that
okay,
long
hold
since
on.
we've had the Matrix, they've got to be 99% of the movie, 99.9 is serious. He's talking about the 0.1% that is
Let me kind of.
Little
I want to
tiny
defend
things
it.
here
Okay,
and there.
so Neil Patrick Harris plays a good villain / mediator,
yes, he does.
but when he tries to be funny, it's not good. It's not good. It's like How I Met Your Mother kind of stupid funny.
okay, I'll agree with you on that.
I hated it.
Yeah, okay, because it did
The
bring
slap
back
bet,
that.
bet, hated that in How I Met Your Mother. He had that kind of scene happen where,
Yeah,
something
I
happened.
didn't think about that. Okay, well,
and now I'm like, It's Barney Stinson in The Matrix. I freaking
Exactly.
hate it.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. All right. That
So-
kind of ruined it for me.
So I did not
Well,
like
you
that
sure did a
humor.
180 on that.
Well, I still like. He's talking about one scene.
One scene that ruins it. Ruins one portion for me.
Tiny.
And it's at the end of the movie.
Tiny little scene.
But other than that, I mean, I gotta say, I was intrigued.
Well, IGN gave it a 4.
Yeah,
They give it a 4.
I saw that.
Oh,
GameSpot
man.
gave it a 7.
Yeah, so I will say I'm gonna give this a 7.
Okay.
I'm gonna say it's better than. Okay, so before we went and saw it, we watched Reloaded just because I wanted to watch one of the Matrix movies, and I think that's one of the best ones is Matrix Reloaded.
Yeah.
Because it gives you a lot an introduction to Zion, and it also gives you an introduction to where the Matrix is at. I did not like Resurrections because it had not Resurrections, Revolution, which is the third one, because it didn't seem like it had a good right out, and it just kind of flopped for me. It had a good action, a little bit of action, but Resurrections, this newest one, I gotta say, seeing Keanu Reeves on the screen is nice, and I liked seeing how he was
He looked happy.
Thomas Anderson.
He looked like,
Neo.
all right, because he's got to be so serious, but it's like you can tell underneath he was so excited.
He was happy to be
on screen.
But they also had a self-aware line where they said if they don't do this, someone else is going to take over and do it
I know,
instead.
but that was a very good
They
line.
had self-aware lines in this.
They did.
I can't.
But they have to. It's the Matrix.
Okay, I'm going to say a little bit of a spoiler on this.
No,
real
no
quick.
spoilers. It's too new.
It's
too new.
but it's available for anybody
It's
to watch.
too new.
Anybody can see
It's
this.
too new.
Yeah, well, HBO people.
It's too new.
It's very available. It's available. People can see this. I'm going to say
Skip ahead 1 minute.
Skip ahead 1 minute, real quick here, because Brett's not going to really watch this, I don't think. So he won't care. Starting now, Neo is a video game designer in this fourth one. He is basically talking. He's forced to do a fourth Matrix because he made the Matrix in his mind as a video game, a whole trilogy. So the machine said basically to him, your movie or all the first three movies is a video game, and he was a video game designer, and he was forced to make a fourth one. So they're kind of forced to make a. Yeah.
So, in your opinion, when you think Keanu Reeves, what defines him more, the Matrix movies or the John Wick?
John
movies?
Wick.
That's a hard one.
Because when I'm watching The Matrix, I was waiting for John Wick to come out. And when I'm watching John Wick, I'm not waiting for Neo to come out.
I don't know.
Fair enough.
So
out of those
that's
two,
an easy question.
Out of
for me.
those
he's
two,
done 4 Matrix movies.
There's
4.
4. There's 4 John Wick movies now.
Well,
it hasn't come out
Not
yet,
but there will be. Yeah.
I don't know. I still think his legacy comes
I mean,
off
it's
of the first Matrix.
Easy for me to say John Wick because
I think
it's
he's
very
making.
easy for you to
I've
say
I think
that,
he's making
right.
a
That's why I'm
new
asking
one,
you.
a new legacy for himself with John Wick. Like I think that trumped.
There are
Matrix.
3 versions of Keanu Reeves. There's the stoner one, there's the action one, and then there's the serious one.
You're forgetting about the Levy one.
Well, that's in all of those.
the what one, the what one?
He's
Love
also
story.
got love.
Have you seen Lake House? I mean,
No, but I mean, you have to have
He was
in
in a
order for
rom-com,
him
or
to
not really
be
rom-com,
one of those.
rom.
It has to have multiple movies. How
Yeah.
many Bill and Ted movies are there?
3.
Because he just did
Yeah.
Mhm.
another one of those. So there's 3 Bill and Teds, there's 3 John Wicks, and there's 4 Matrix. So
But we know there's a 4th. John Wick
John
will
Wick
be,
is
yeah.
basically done. They're just waiting for it to be released, and they pushed it back until 2023 already. That's
Yeah.
probably the worst decision they could have made.
well,
think
that
so.
sucks, but
The theaters are coming back. I mean, look at Spider-Man.
yeah, but it won't make less money because it comes out a year later.
It's
I
don't
so.
think it will.
Yeah.
well. Either way, I think that maybe they were just worried about having too much Keanu Reeves in the theater in 1 year. I don't know, but
Maybe, but I think it'd be.
I think it could be
I
a
think,
ticket
you know,
seller.
it's
Maybe
January,
yeah,
and it
stupid.
came out in December.
Any other movies?
We watched.
I stumbled upon the newest trailer for the Batman.
Oh,
holy
yeah, so
crap.
did we.
I'm surprised you watched
He
it.
and in this one is the extended scene of when he's beating the crap out of that guy.
Yeah.
And holy crap, he beats the crap out of
Yeah.
that
Are
guy.
you excited for this
yeah.
movie?
Well, do I get excited for anything? No, but will I see it? Yes, I'll see it.
March 4th.
And I
Yeah.
don't have to go to the theater.
Oh, that's
Probably will though.
Why not?
Pretty sure it's going to streaming.
Is it?
I think so.
Oh, I had no idea.
Lots of them, I think. Are.
I wanted to just, while we're in the middle of this, movies coming soon this year, because we have a few things to look forward to.
Scream
Quarter
this
1.
month.
Yeah, Scream comes out in 2 weeks.
My birthday, right?
14th.
Oh, the 14th.
Morbius comes out at the end. Only if you're a Marvel fan, you'll care about that.
Yes.
The 4th Jackass comes out February 4th.
Are you freaking kidding me? They really did do it.
Jackass Forever. There's the trailer. We saw the trailer.
We did?
Yeah.
Yeah, they
I
had
thought we
to-
just heard
they
rumors
had
that it
to
was going to happen.
They had to fire.
They're the Fire Bam.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. They did. Yeah,
Yeah.
because he... Yeah.
And then we got Uncharted coming out February 18th. So there's another one that Brett might see, depending on reviews. We saw this when we saw The Matrix, this trailer was shown, and it's interesting. It's called Ambulance. They could have called this movie anything else.
They could have called it something else.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, I saw that
It
trailer.
looks
Weird.
interesting.
I don't. It's not a movie though, right?
It's a movie.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know. They
could have named it anything else.
I
What
don't
was-
know how I felt about
What was
that
the
one.
funny movie that...
The Lost City.
The Lost City? I want to see that.
Sandra Bullock and Channing Tatum in a rom-com.
Yes. It actually, the trailer itself, I was like, I really hope it's not one of those trailers that you watch and then they show you most of the movie, the funny parts.
They showed a lot of funny parts.
They showed a lot. Like, the trailer was
I'm
enough to
hoping
make
it
me
was-
go,
it was a
okay,
long
you know
trailer.
what? That looks like a good movie.
Yeah.
So I was
Then we got-
talking about movies
Yeah.
on Christmas with cousin Andrew.
Yeah.
He did not know Uncharted was a video game movie.
Has he listened to the podcast? I mean, we
Of
talked
course
about
he has,
Uncharted
but
plenty
I
of
just don't
times,
think
haven't
he
we?
put it together.
Oh.
Really?
You know,
Oh.
so that makes me wonder if it has appeal to people who don't play video games.
Well, I'm sure that scene out of
Probably
the plane
because
was what
Tom
got him.
Holland's in it.
I don't think
Tom
cousin
Holland
Andrew cares
is
about
not
Tom Holland.
necessarily a ticket seller yet.
I think so, just because
Not
of
if he's
Spider-Man.
not a Spider-Man.
I think that because
He's been in other movies and they haven't
I
been
know,
that great.
but I think that because he just released Spider-Man and he's going to be releasing this, and there's such a big hype on it, people will go. That
I
hype
don't
will
think
lead
so.
into that.
Yeah.
I don't think there's hype around Uncharted.
Okay, fine, whatever.
Well, for the PlayStation fans, there is. I gotta say, we watched one other thing, The Witcher. We started season 2.
Started season 2.
Alex,
We're gonna watch more tonight.
Alex is loving it. There's actually, I have to tell you about this, Alex. There's a phenomenon going on with Henry Cavill. It's called.
Are you talking about
Grimes Up
yeah,
Good?
Grimes up good. Not,
Yeah.
yeah.
New
I know.
term.
I invented this term.
New
I
term.
invented it long time ago.
The epitome is the concept of Henry Cavill, who is all the sexuality of a lawful, good water biscuit in a suit, but could turn a nation if you grease him up a little
Yeah.
in The Witcher.
Yeah.
Because in The Witcher, he is filthy, he is dirty,
Dirty.
he swears a lot,
Yep.
he is just a manly man.
He's pretty much the complete opposite of
and
what
then you
he
put
is.
him in, and you put him in the Superman costume, and all the women's lose their boners.
I'm just
This
like, I'm
guy-
like,
he's got
oh,
no beard.
Superman,
Wait,
whatever.
no, he has no beard.
He has
in
no
Witcher,
beard.
does he?
It's the long hair.
Yeah.
It's not even the long hair.
You want to
It's
be
the-
okay, Alex? Do you want to do Yennefer? You be Yennefer for Halloween, and I'll be the Witcher.
Are you?
We're proposing this.
By the way, quick question, Alex.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be Halloween either.
Josh, you want to cosplay? Get the camera off my face. Okay,
I
go
saw
ahead.
Momoa cut his hair off. He was on Conan, and he had short hair.
What?
What do you think of that?
I gotta look this up. Hold on, I'm gonna look it up.
Go look it up.
Yep,
I'll
look
let
it
you know
up.
my honest opinion because it was
It was actually Betty White was on. That's why the clip exists. Betty White was on, and he's on the cover of Men's Health.
I will tell you
showing
he's
his
a
bi-
good
showing
looking
his
guy.
Triceps,
What's his name?
Jason Momoa.
And she got all flustered, and it was pretty funny.
Well, he is a very good looking guy, and I think with or without hair, I mean the long hair really does it for him. I think, but let me see what he looks like with the short hair.
I looked up 2022. I thought that'd be enough.
She said he was on
To
Conan.
December 2021.
Short hair. Oh, okay.
Is that it? I mean, that's not the
Look, the top right.
the top.
That
right.
one?
Top right.
Top
Sorry.
right.
This?
How about you just like show me what he looked like on the show?
I mean, you can look up Conan 2021.
He's had a lot of hairstyles.
Jason Momoa Conan 2021.
Isn't Conan leaving his show? Oh
I
God,
believe so.
we're gonna get the Conan the
You
Barbarian.
know what? It might have. You know what though? It might not. It might just maybe that wasn't a post from December 2021. Maybe it was earlier. Maybe it was way. I don't know. Find out when he did the cover of Men's Health.
I did not spell that right.
Yeah, there it is. Fourth one.
This one.
Ah, okay.
There we go.
You know what? It takes
Take the glasses off.
It takes it down quite a bit for me. I will say the upper left photo
with no beard and long hair.
That's a little weird too.
That's a little too weird for me. I'm sorry. He doesn't look mysterious in that. He looks like some kind of like you gotta have the beard at least.
Something.
You gotta have the beard. If you don't have the beard, he doesn't look like Jason Momoa without the beard.
Oh shoot, we got to move into
that took like 20 years off.
Let's do the fan queue, man.
I like this question.
Yeah. So
Josh came up with that last night.
I did actually, because I saw him do that. I was like, do we know anybody who has unprofessionally quit their job? I mean, seriously. Or I'm sure you've known of people.
I can't think of anybody I do, but what I have seen is these stupid TikToks where people at a big box retailer will quit over the PA. Of course, somebody's filming them doing it, so of course it's on purpose.
Yeah.
But that's just stupid. If you were to do it naturally, I'd be more impressed.
And the meme is also pretty impactful. It's like, hey, you're going to pick up the coworkers' work that they left since they left. Can I get a raise? No, we can't accommodate. Peace.
How about you could have said no, but how about a pizza party?
Right,
Alex? She gets those.
I get. Well, I mean,
that's okay, but she loves them.
I love pizza parties, man. Free food, man.
But you got to incentivize a little better.
I personally have never.
Have you dealt with any at being a manager?
I don't think so. Other than,
no
to
call,
me,
no shows.
It's not professional just to not come back.
Right.
Which I have seen.
Yeah. I mean, Alex had to deal with that too. I've had to deal with that. We're just employees just don't show up.
I've dealt with that a lot in my working experience.
Just because they didn't tell me doesn't mean they didn't tell somebody.
Right.
But it would have been nice to know right away in my shoes.
I myself have never quit a job on the spot. I've always put in 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. The one that I left last on my own terms was done via paper instead of in person by telling the boss. I just didn't want to approach him. I just didn't like him. It's like the call center.
Wait, I don't remember how you quit.
I just put a paper say I'm putting in my 2 weeks.
Letter of resignation.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah. It's when
Did you work for 2 weeks?
That's when we first moved back here?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
That was so long ago.
I know that you absolutely hated that job.
I hated it.
Like the worst job you've ever had kind of deal.
Yeah.
And it was just a job to have a job.
Get me there.
Yeah. To get money.
I was there for, I don't even remember how long I was there.
It was definitely not.
It was not ideal.
It was not for you.
No. I mean, it's not necessarily saying I couldn't be a call center person, but not for where I was. So
the people that ran that place were.
I couldn't grasp the concept of what I was doing.
It was just not a good job.
Have you, Alex, had anybody basically hugely leave or done anything?
No, but I know.
Well, you worked in the restaurant business. Did you have anything happen there?
I don't. I think I've had more from what I remember. I don't think I've ever seen anybody just up and quit. Yeah. I think it's been more, well, I don't think she's coming back tomorrow kind of deal. Like, had a really bad day and that person just never came back.
Right.
Other than that, like, going through, unless you remember me telling you about anybody. Like, I've had people just kind of not come back and we can't get a hold of them. Right. Like, oh, well, blah, blah, blah. Or people like what happened in 2020. It was either, I think it was in 2020 when we were trying to find people by the end of the year to like hire, or it was either that or beginning of 21. And I think there had been a couple interviews. Like, we had done the interview, we had done the hiring process, and all they had to do was show up, and they never showed up.
Yeah, I saw that a lot.
That happened a lot.
Like, just because so they could keep getting like unemployment or keep getting like money or benefits or something. Like, we did like the whole entire process, and then like they don't show up.
Got a couple of people on Discord here. One from Arrow that said, I have quit my job, but not in an unprofessional manner. I had a huge emergency with my grandmother at the time, so I had to quit.
Wow.
Got another one from Brig. Said, hell yes, my first job worked at Wendy's. Customer spat in my face because there was too much ice in their cup. So I chucked his drink at him and walked out. Sounds like
You
Brig.
know what? Good for
That
you,
sounds like
Brig.
Brig. Sounds like Brig.
Well,
Good for you, Brig.
In that sense, you're standing up for yourself.
Yes.
'cause being spit on, I've never been spit on, but
Me neither.
that would.
I'm sorry,
Possibly-
but
That
that would do
cool.
it for me.
Brett, you have kept your cool in so many situations where I think you could lose it
Well,
in retail.
in
I'll
a
say.
retail situation, it just if
You-
you don't get upset, it just pisses them off more, which is great because they're trying to get under your skin.
Yeah.
They are. Got another one from Jose in Discord saying, I was working at Dairy Queen and the manager was a dick. So I made the biggest burger I could and slapped a lot of condiments on it and threw it at him and walked out. A lot of people are just like throwing things at people and walking out. It's like, I'm done, just out. Peace. That's all we got for Discord. Alex, you got social media?
I'm really trying to think if I've like left anywhere in.
You've never.
I'm
have.
too nice, I think.
You've never left.
I don't think I'm trying to think because I worked in the food industry. Like that was my worst job
Mhm.
for sure. Was working in food.
It was your worst job, but was it a bad job?
I don't know how to answer that.
Well, I mean, you've only had like 3 jobs, right?
Oh, I mean,
Outside of my career,
Official job. No, I was thinking you just had the one here and the one in Chicago.
and South Dakota.
Oh yeah.
and she also had another one here
I've had another one here.
before we moved
Yeah,
there.
like I've had multiple jobs.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean that should say something about my work ethic.
No, it's good. You don't want to be.
I don't
13
like
places.
bouncing around in different areas. I like trying to, if anything, I like trying
No,
to be the
I
team builder and
Totally
growing
agree.
where I'm at. But no, I don't think so. But
Okay.
all right, let me if something pops in my head, I'll let you know. But I
You're
do know a friend that I think I've told the story before. But in high school, our friend Wayne.
Oh yeah, I remember
Our
that.
friend Wayne, who by the way at the time, like he was like this really, from what I understand, he was at the class above me with the rest of my friends, and he was like this, from what I understand, this straight A, really nice, like would never hurt a fly, never yell at anybody, never raised his voice kind of deal, like just you would never expect this of him. And he was working at, I believe, Meijer, which is a
Kroger,
or Kroger.
Scott's.
What one of those, like a grocery store. He was
Local grocery.
He was working at a local grocery store,
Yeah.
and he was a cart pusher. And he said the manager or whoever it was that was in charge of him was a real asshole. And it was like
He was
really
sick.
It was like really cold
Yeah.
and rainy, and he wasn't feeling good. And he asked to like work the register or something. And they said, no, you need to push the carts or something. And he was out pushing the carts, and he was just sick and tired of it. Walked inside, asked him again. And the guy yelled at him or something, said, no, you need to push the carts. And he said, no, you push the fucking carts, and left. And I was like, there's no way he said that. He's like, yeah, that's why I'm not there anymore.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, and then on top, like, it was a long time coming because the guy had been such a dick to him
Sure.
prior to. And then this is like some 17 or 18-year-old guy too. So he's like, you know what, it's not worth it. You push
you-
the fucking carts.
Do you have social media?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Okay, let's see here. We've got J Movie Talk Podcast.
Shout
Thank
out
you
to
for
them.
responding. They said, I've never quit, like, how AB? Oh, okay. Is it Antonio Brown? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never quit like AB has, but I have known people who haven't went to lunch and never come back before.
Oh.
That have went to lunch and never come back
Oh,
before.
okay.
I've not had that before. The Fickle Fanboy podcast says no, but I've really wanted to. I think everyone has.
There's been moments for everybody's, but some people can hold off.
Woo Long Talks podcast, by the way, thank you for your response. They said not quite quitting, but on my last day at the job I had resigned from, I told my employer's biggest to go fuck themselves.
Damn.
And it was so satisfying.
A lot of people just like to get their rage out.
Just let them know what's going on in their life.
Yeah.
Kind of deal. Jersey Comic Crew podcast, which is who we did our little
Spider-Man episode.
Spider-Man
which
episode
is out
with.
on all of our audio platforms. Be sure to check that out.
There's a couple pretty awesome guys.
Yes.
They said, haha, not that I know of on my end, but that was very insane yesterday. And
people
then
commenting on
everybody knowing what we're talking about, or
Right.
Antonio Brown. And then we've got another one from Paranormal Pativity Podcast.
Patrick.
Patrick says, I haven't. My dad always taught me to never burn bridges. Having said that, my dad got into a fight at work with a coworker, and my dad knocked him out, and then telling the manager after he threatened my dad with a 2x4 to bring it on. He then left, and my dad said, I quit, and left.
Wow.
Wow, Patrick, that's quite the story there, bro.
That's nice. Oh, it's a good topic. Do you have any others?
Oh, I should probably check Twitter.
Yeah.
Patrick's gonna get mad at me if I don't check Twitter.
He already talked
No,
to
we
you
don't
on
have
Instagram,
anything on
though.
Twitter.
Okay. Well, I think we can probably get on out of here then. I don't
Wrap
think
it
we have
on
much
up.
else we need to touch on unless there's anything else. I have something else on the board, but we can save that for another time. But yeah, I think we'll just go with our plugs then, if that's okay. Alex, do you want to go ahead and plug your Twitch then?
Yes, if you like to see me game, I am on Twitch on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evenings. It's twitch.tv/cute_kitty, KUTE_KITTI. Right now we're finding a way to enjoy Halo with having such a big squad.
We had 8 people in our lobby.
Yes, we had a full squad.
Well, you can have up to 12.
I know, but we had our full squad, right?
Everybody was in that wanted to be, I guess.
Yeah.
To play multiplayer.
So yeah, we had 8 people. So we're finding a way to enjoy Halo multiplayer with such a big squad, because for some reason joining Big Team Battle right now, we're having huge issues like connection wise with their servers. Their servers are just
They're crap.
they're crap.
I don't know why they're being that way. They're
See, they've always been that way though.
big team.
Yes. Every time we go
I
on
guess
Big
Halo
Team.
3 and Halo 4 have had that issue too.
So, but that's like the only way we can play
I
unless it's
remember Reach having that
4v4.
issue.
And Josh and I take 2 of those 4 spots up.
Mhm.
So, but anyway, so if we have like a smaller team, we'll play some SWAT.
Which
or-
we haven't
or
played
whatever.
much of that. Yeah.
So we found a way to do it, and we're playing custom games now where Josh is making like, zero gravity and
swords and
shotguns
ultra
and
speed.
ultra speed, and we're just
It's a great
basically
time.
running around playing tag.
It's great.
Having fun with.
I'm trying to
with
set up
the-
a paintball, but I have to have Forge.
You have to have Forge, so we
yeah.
have to wait for Forge to come out.
Forge
which is
comes
gonna
out
be in
in May, which is the map editor for Halo, and that's when I'll be able to make a lot of custom games, and I'll be a lot better.
So because of that, we're having fun now in Halo. Beforehand, it was just a pain in the butt, just sitting at the loading screen waiting to see if we were going to get into a game.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's what I had my first stream last night, and it went pretty darn well.
And you have a YouTube video out of all
I
of your
do.
Warzone wins.
I do. I have a YouTube video out, and I have my own YouTube, which is youtube.com/qkitty.
All right, for me, it is twitch.tv/Mr. L. You can find me on there every Wednesday and Thursday evening, and then Saturday morning as well. Probably find me playing some Warzone and Fall Guys lately. I've been doing really well on Fall Guys, averaging 8 to 10 crowns per stream now lately. It's been pretty awesome. But I kind of want to get back into the Warzone aspect of things. Maybe find something else to play too. I don't know. Maybe do some Dead by Daylight. That'd be fun. Would you ever play Dead by Daylight, Brett?
I don't know. Wouldn't say I wouldn't.
Yeah. Alex, you should play it with us. We should do a Dead by Daylight night. That'd be pretty fun. You only get 5 people in though. That's pretty small for how many people we now have joining us on our console nights. So, but yeah, other than that, we're gonna plug the podcast in. And if you are watching us on YouTube, we would appreciate it if you hit that like button. And if you are not subscribed to our channel, please subscribe. We are real close to getting our own URL. We are at 95 subscribers on YouTube.
5 more, guys.
We need 5 more.
5 more of you to just go on and hit subscribe.
And we will finally be PTO or youtube.com/PTOUnlimited. Just tell your friends.
Just go on and
so
just
close.
click.
So
5
close.
people, please.
5 people. Yeah, so that's a milestone for us. If we can get 2022, youtube.com/PTOUnlimited, that'd be pretty dope.
That'd be a great Christmas present.
Yep.
New Year's present.
Follow us on social media as well. Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. PTO Unlimited is what you'll search. PTO Unlimited _podcast on Instagram. Make sure you guys are joining us there. Also, join our Discord. We've got a Discord link in all of our About Us for all of our social. You can find us on our link trees and stuff. Make sure you're joining the Discord, and also make sure that you are checking out our merch. We got hats. We got hoodies, shirts, all that kind of good stuff. None of us are wearing our stuff. But we've got that. So make sure you guys are checking that out. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it is @_Mr. L.
Brett_Wings.
Q_Kitty.
We got underscores in our names. I just realized that. All of us have an underscore.
Final note. I don't really have one.
You don't have one?
I don't think so.
I'm hoping this year is if there's any sort of reset. Do
you have any New Year's resolutions?
Brett doesn't do that.
Man, we don't do that. I don't do that.
I'm just
thought I'd ask.
I'm not sure.
My position is, why wait till the new year to make something happen?
Okay, do you have anything going on right now?
No.
Okay.
Are you changing anything about yourself?
Right now?
No.
Okay.
Okay. We're starting to. Oh, are we working out tonight?
Yes.
We are.
I've got it all set up.
We're gonna do that right after the show. We're
Yes.
gonna actually. We are starting.
I'm in my yoga pants
tonight. We're working out. We are. It's. We've been wanting.
It's really for people that are concerned that I'm gonna push it hard. I'm sorry, but I'm not.
Did you check out the reviews of this time? Did they actually do video?
No, I have not seen it yet.
Okay. Well,
I'm not going to push it too hard until I get the okay from my doctor on Friday. I get to find out about my collapsed lungs on Friday.
You're going to push it good.
I'm going to what we're doing is it's called Total Tone 22, and it's
just got to tone our
it's
bodies.
a mix of just yoga and meditation. That's all
great.
it is. So it's something to get us de-stressed
but
and
you know
stretch.
yoga is
Yes, I know. So I saw some of the workouts are some of the ones that we've done before that have.
Was it actual video?
Yes.
That's what I was asking.
Oh, okay. And put some sweat on us, but I'm just saying, like, it'll help stretch us out, get us ready for the next one. But it's a 4-week program. It ends on my birthday.
I am mainly just asking for myself to feel a little bit better because my body just feels like hell right now. Like my back is not good, and it's. I just want to feel better about
Compared
myself.
to last year, I'm severely out of shape.
Yeah, I think I'm going to say both.
Like
of
a
us
year
are.
from
Absolutely
today. Yes.
Because last year was our best. Like right at this point was our best.
Yeah.
So we're going to get on out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed your holidays. And and it's a new year, 2022. Let's see if anything comes out of this one. Anything positive.
Yep.
Catch you guys next week. Bye.